We got easily one of the biggest evolution leaks of the year. Now, there is kind of a caveat to it that we will get into, but nonetheless, there's going to be possible 93 and 94 rated cards you'll be able to put into an evolution soon, and we'll go and look at that. We've got Team of the Season leaks. They have begun. The card design is confirmed. It is that blue design that we've been seeing, so we'll continue discussing that, and also some FC26 stuff has been leaked today, too. Now, there is some questions around the sources of these, but we will discuss that as we get there. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. We got a lot to get into today, so subscribe if you are new. Thank you for joining and being here. We did get the Franco Baresi SBC, and you know, I for some reason forgot Baresi was 5'9". I thought he was like 5'11". 5'9" makes it a little harder. Now, I wanted to ask you guys this too, because you know, people aren't really using the same level of tall strikers they did last year. Are you guys having success with some smaller center backs? You know, we've had years in the past where Cordoba was crazy and Cannavaro was crazy, right? So maybe that's this year when people are rocking the Mia Hams up top and the really quick, fast strikers. And maybe this is more of a Baresi year and this card will be better. But let me know if you guys have used shorter center backs. And I did get a comment yesterday where somebody said, hey, we got these 84x5 packs in the store right now. I think these are going to be where these tradable packs are that we've had leaks now for like a week, I want to say at least. And I don't think that's the case because yes, this pack gives an 84x5 and some of these other packs do give similar stuff to that, like the 2x90, right? But that's untradeable, but this one is tradable, 5x84, but you can see the pack description when the pack is leaked, and none of them were anything to do with packs that looked like they would be in the 4U section because they weren't titled differently, like maintenance mode players pack. They weren't described as a 4U pack, so that's not where I think those will come from. And also quickly, squad battles rewards. People talked about how those were nerfed over the last week or so. They no longer give out that week's promo in a guaranteed pack. They now have like a mixture of them all, and at least so far, according to the squad battles rewards, next week is the same way. So we might not be getting a team of the season player in squad battles. That might have just been, I guess, they deemed that that's too good apparently, I guess. I'm not really sure. But okay, let's get on to the title of the video. And AC dropped this bomb, and it was pretty crazy because we are going to also get more retro card designs, by the way. I didn't mention that at the start of this video, but FIFA 19 design, thank God, because that I cannot wait to put a FIFA 19 design on somebody for team of the season. And then we got these playstyle pluses, and this is where the Evos come in and you're like, wait a minute, let's read the fine print here. Zoom in. You've got Tiki Taka Plus, and it's max 94, 8 playstyles and 3 playstyle pluses. Ping Pass Plus is 94, Technicals 94, Bruisers 94, Finesse Shot is 95, and Anticipate is also 95, but you can't really see it. There you go, I got it there. Yeah, apparently max 95. Now, there was one caveat to this. You can see the play styles there are very low. Most cards are not going to have only 8 play styles, so that does throw a wrench into this. Nonetheless, I mean, that's a huge jump, so I am a little suspicious that these leaks are even correct because, like we talked about, that is a gigantic jump on what we've seen so far. But then again, if there are only 8 play styles, how many cards do you actually have even in your club that are 8 play styles that are 94 rated or 95 rated? So you're more likely anyway to use a 90 or a 91 probably in some sort of Evo chain in this promo. It would probably be my guess. Now, the thing is, if you go and look at the players who have 8 play styles or less, you actually will see a lot of cards that do fit in here, but they're more so tradable cards, not like evolutions. So most likely your Evo chains probably aren't going to work for this, but a lot of cards here, you'll be able to put a crazy playstyle plus on. This Mbappe card, there is not 8 playstyles. If it's counting the playstyle pluses, I'm assuming it's just counting the gray playstyles. If it's counting the gray playstyles, theoretically, this Mbappe, you could put on their Finesse Plus if it was, you didn't already have Finesse Plus, but you get what I'm saying. This R9, right? You can literally give 95 R9 Finesse Plus. You can give the base Pele Finesse Plus. You can give FUT Birthday Ronaldinho Finesse Plus. If this leak is true, this is why I kind of want to say I doubt it a little bit, at least in some way, because the fact that there are this many good cards that you can give like a crazy evolution to is a little strange to me. Maybe what EA is thinking with this is people are going to buy cards that are crazy and just drain a load of untradeable coins. Like, for example, you know people are going to go out and buy this Ronaldinho. People will go out and buy Pele, Maradona. Sorry, I say his name wrong every time. Maradona, R9, Eusebio. People will go out and buy these cards because they know they're going to be crazy with a Finesse Plus evolution, and EA like the idea of like 2 million coins gone from people's accounts either right before Team of the Season or right at the start of Team of the Season. So maybe that's their thought process behind this. But still, I want to give it like a slight grain of salt because it's so kind of shocking that we would see this. Now, AC, of course, is one of the most reliable leakers, so it's very unlikely that he has like wrong information here. It's just a crazy Evo. What do you guys think? And it is plus, by the way. I was seeing some questions about that in the replies because they're white, but they are pluses. And also a lot of roles here. You got poacher plus and advanced forward plus, right back and left back fullback, which people obviously use fullback a ton, inside forward, center mid holding, and CDM deep lying playmaker plus as well. And then retro 18, 19, and 20. So just some crazy Evos. And people are assuming that this will be with probably TOTS warm-up series. And then we got that leaked next. And that's right here from FIFA Trading Romania. He says TOTS warm-up coming this Friday. TOTS impacts April 25th. So it is going to be in 2 weeks. We have the actual start of team of the season. The warm-up series is a prep for TOTS, obviously. We'll get player SBCs, showdowns, moments, flashbacks, and re-releases for SBCs as well, apparently. Daily challenges, upgrades / picks, evolutions, and best of team of the week. Last year, we got an exchanges refresh on the day live team of the season was released in packs. I mean, I wouldn't read too much into that. Romania, you could say maybe he would know something if he's saying this, but as you guys know, I'm not convinced myself. We'll see exchanges come back this year. But I thought SBCs getting re-released was somewhat interesting. There used to be those like campaign picks of old SBCs. Maybe that's what this is here, but it'll be interesting to see. And then this is the TOTS card design right here. That is indeed the blue team of the season design. It's got like some gold border around it, but that is the TOTS design. And then UT Sources also says a couple things here. He says daily grind will be there. Juiced upgrades and picks, which I mean, you'd figure juiced upgrades means better pack weight. I mean, how would you ever know that? That's nonsense. But he does have down here the red card design as well. This has been leaked, and it's also confirmed that we're going to get team of the season champs rewards as usual in red player picks. But that's always nice to see because for some reason we got a year. It was a 1 year in there randomly where we didn't get that out of nowhere. I forgot what year that was, but yeah. So that's kind of the warm-up stuff that we've got this Friday. It's going to be, my guess is this warm-up is going to be a lot of big SBCs, right? Showdowns and flashbacks. If I had to guess, we're going to get a flashback, like one massive flashback in this promo. We already got a flashback Ronaldo. To me, a flashback Messi is still going to be on the way here soon at some point. And going back to those Evos now, remember we said yesterday we were missing those big evolutions from the Immortals League. So AC must have thought that those big of Evos had to be for like a crazy reward in the Immortals League. And that does make sense why you would think that. And turns out now, of course, we know it's not in there and it's going to be some other SPC or an objective. And that's how we're supposed to get those evolutions. And we still have not seen this card design yet. It's supposed to be Invincibles, I think. And we have a week of the TOTS prep, which starts this Friday, and then team of the season. So I'm not sure where this card design is going to come in, but I'm assuming it's going to come in somewhere. Maybe it's the super sub thing where we end up seeing a cosmetic design you can put on a card that makes them a super sub item or something like that. Maybe that's how we ended up here because we're still waiting on that a month and some later. We still have no idea. I want to say, yeah, it was a month now since that update and we don't know about the super sub. So maybe that is what this is, but just throwing it out there because we're missing something right now. And here's a cool graphic from AC here. You know, what's the best team of the season design over the years? What do you guys think? You're seeing the FC25 one. Yeah, it does kind of, you know, it is a little bit different. And looking back at last year's, I didn't really like last year's that much, honestly, but I'm really happy we're getting 18, 19, and 20 back because I think 18 is nice. 19 is more nostalgia for me rather than like an insane card design. And FIFA 20 is just good too. So nice to see that. Wish we got FIFA 17 back. FIFA 17, I loved the card designs of FIFA 17. But okay, let's move on now to some FC 26 stuff because we got some big news today. Now, this news comes with a caveat because I gotta say, I don't know if we've ever had leaks from Akan Fut before or Akan Fut before. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. His bio basically says, you know, he tweets out news about FC 25. He's got a lot of news here actually about FC 26 and a couple of interesting details. So let's see it. Ultimate Edition available on August 23rd. So that would align with the slightly earlier release date rumors that we have been hearing, aligning more with the start of the season, right? You've got trailer expected between May 20th and 27th. Okay, I guess that's something. Available on old and new gen, so confirming the old gen consoles. Now, here's an interesting one. Moments mode will be removed from Ultimate Team. Shocker. They gave that mode zero support, and I can't say that anybody will be sad that that is gone, but this one was the big one, and that's no crossplay between console and PC. Now, this was interesting because if I had to guess here, this could be true if it's an option, right? Call of Duty just added an option recently for console players to turn off crossplay for PC players, but you can still have crossplay on between like Xbox and PS5, but you can't play with PC players. So if I had to guess, it would only be an option because PC players and their wait times would be so bad that it would be hard for me to believe that they would just be like, hey, if you play PC, like you are just playing PC players only and good luck with matchmaking times. I would doubt that that's the case. However, a crossplay option to turn that off could be a realistic possibility, I think. And maybe that's getting lost in translation slightly here from French to English. That could be. If you guys speak French, let me know if it literally says there will be no crossplay. But also, even in the first place, we're not 100% sure if this even is legit. I'm assuming that it's rare people tweet out just like complete bullshit. He's probably got a source that's telling him something. I will say that Mateus Gamer, who is extremely reliable when it comes to this kind of thing, he did tweet this out saying, from what I have seen, FC26's launch month is September. Context, I saw in a description by a developer that the month of launch is September, LinkedIn. The game is undergoing tests as in previous years, and maybe that's why it leaked into PSN. These tests are normal. So he still thinks it's going to be September. We've known in the past he has reliable information. So take of that what you will. It's not like the other guy is completely, ruled out immediately. We've just never heard of him before. Now, also, Fraud Zone chimed in, okay? And he does say here, crossplay between consoles and PC will still exist in FC26. So keep in mind, Fraud Zone has no sources, okay? Maybe he's changed, all right, since his rebrand that he had, what was it, like, I don't know, close to a year ago now. But he at least says that it will still exist. But what stock can we take in Fraud Zone and also this new guy we've never heard anything about before? So not sure what stock we can take in literally anything here. But that release date does align with every game company in the world trying to avoid the GTA 6 release. And I would not be surprised to see the game come earlier. So seeing a leak that says the 23rd of August doesn't immediately, sound alarm bells to me. We've talked about an earlier release date being a possibility for a while now. So it does make logical sense. And we'll just have to see if ACAN or ACAN has more leaks as we get closer to FC26 and he becomes more reliable. We'll just have to see. But an earlier release date would align with the power curve moving quicker. We had that whole debate, I want to say a couple weeks ago now. We talked about that whole debacle. And also, isn't it hilarious that FUT Agent, who's the evolution guy, the biggest Evo leaks of the year playstyle wise, doesn't have them, right? Never had them. AC leaked them. Without AC leaking them, would FUT Agents have ever leaked these? I mean, maybe he just didn't know about them. Of course, that's always a possibility. But in my head, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, he probably sat back and was like, damn it, AC, I was going to make so much bank off these leaks in my Discord. Now my plan is ruined. He does say he'll help you with TOTS evolutions, but be wary of the pump and dumps. He's not going to show you cards that fit because that would be a pump and dump. That would be a pump and dump. But okay, let's go and look at the market now with all this information that we got today. I honestly think, so say those play styles are actually going to be exactly that. Less than 8 play styles, put them on any card that you end up having. Most people will put them on untradeable cards, but there's going to be some people who go out and buy a Ronaldinho, a Pele, a Maradona, or whoever to go and put that evolution on. There is a chance that you end up making a lot of coins on some of these 95 cards, okay? There is a chance. Now, that also very risky to rely on that. Like, this R9's already up from 5.7. I think he was, before this league, what was he? Okay, actually isn't up really that much. I thought it was more like 5.3 or so. He's not. This card, the highest is 6.4. So this card could actually go up higher than that. I don't know how much higher than 5.7 he can realistically go. Let's go look at 94s here even. You can go with Mbappe, right? 3.1 mil. He's got 1 playstyle plus. You can put finesse plus on him. He might go up. There's just cards like this, Eden Hazard, in here that could go crazy with finesse shot plus. J. Roberto, that if you have a lot of coins, you can make a shit ton of coins if they end up rising. And you can find some cheap cards too if you want to go buy some 93s. There's not really that many cheap 93s in the game right now, right? Yeah, only a few less than 100,000 there. But I would assume that those investments would probably go pretty insane if those Evos were to be exactly like what we have leaked right now. Now, fodder as well is going to be one that TOTS warm up. If fodder doesn't go for TOTS warm up, it will never rise, okay? Go out in every single rating. Got to make sure you buy some. I wouldn't even wait till Rivals Rewards. I would go and do it now. They're min price almost still. I just wouldn't even bother waiting. I would highly doubt EA wants fodder to be minimum price during Team of the Season. I just don't buy it myself. Maybe it's a new strategy or something. I don't know. Maybe they're cooking something up in their galaxy brain, but I just can't believe it. And I'm gonna keep harping on this every single day, I think, until they rise, because I just don't believe that they should be this cheap, and I don't think EA want them to be this cheap. But okay, let's read some of your comments now. By the way, I did upload that comments video on my second channel if you want to go watch that. If you need something to listen to in the background for a while, however long the video was, I think it was like 50 some minutes. We've got Cyber FM. I feel like TOTS is going to be terrible this year. They've literally ruined all the fan favorite or best quote unquote promo so far, to be honest. There's no reason for a consistent menu grind not to exist right now. Man, I'm sure if we all got exchanges, the weight wouldn't change a bit. EA literally do as they like and no one can stop them. And I still do have faith a little bit because they're still on this sort of run of like changing things for the better for us because they had to, you know, many months earlier. We had like a month or two of really kind of a streak of pretty good content actually because they felt like they had to get their asses in gear. And I think that my guess is they're still in that mode a bit for Team of the Season. Like they probably planned these TOTS, like whatever TOTS content is coming, they probably planned that a couple months ago when they were in the real like shit show that they were in. So I do still have faith that it'll be pretty good. I do think though, if it happens to not live up to our expectation, they just got complacent again. And they just got those players back from the gameplay patch that brought, they said like 1 million players back or something like that, which is an insane number if that's true. Brought 1 million players back and they just kind of were like, oh, we fixed it, we're good. And they kind of got complacent again. I'm not sure what the numbers look like on the back end. I'm sure they can see how much money people are spending on the game right now. My guess is if Team of the Season actually isn't that great, they're probably making a fuck ton of money right now. Honestly, that's probably what it is. And it would be disappointing, of course, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, as you guys know, I like to read comments that are a little more contentious sometimes to kind of, you know, make for better content. Let's read this one from BH Villaman, who says, I'm so sick of seeing people moan about this gaming company. If you don't like it, don't play it. Obviously, you're all addicts or you wouldn't be complaining so hard. See how long you can last without going online and you might find a new way of life that does not revolve around a computer game. And, you know, ignoring the last part where, you know, you come across as a 2005, get fucked nerd, you're into computer games, what a sucker, what a loser. It's like, all right, tough guy, let's calm down here. And the first part where it's like, you know, if you don't like it, just don't play it. You're all addicts. It's like we can use that same logic to literally anything. I mean, for example, like my phone right next to me, do I like how these rare earth minerals are mined? Do you like that? Do you like having children mine your rare earth minerals in your iPhone? Why the hell do you have a cell phone? You don't like society? Why do you take part in society? It's like, if you don't push for change for things, you just won't see it. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not going to see it. So you got to have people who stick around, play the game, like parts of the game, 100%. I love parts of this game. You have to have people that stick around and are passionate about it and push for change and get on their asses to make a better game. If you don't have that and everybody who plays the game just loves EA and will just fucking spread their legs wide open, take it as deep as you'd like, then that's the game you're going to get. And I'm sure you're not going to like that game. And it's okay to not want to play this game. It's okay to play it and be done and be like, I'm complaining about it, so I'm not going to play it myself. That is totally fine. I just don't think that gives a moral high ground to stand over, per se, if you just stop playing and all you guys who still play. I see it on Twitter sometimes where there'll be people on Twitter come July on these like creators accounts that reply to these big creators and they're like, I can't believe you're still playing this game in June, you pussy. And they stopped playing like 2 weeks ago. It's like quitting June 23rd compared to July 16th, like gives these people just like moral high ground now to say, I can't believe you're still playing this game, you're a loser. It's like, all right, pal, what are we all sitting here doing? Playing video games, trying to have fun, right? Just take a step back and breathe and enjoy what you're doing and try and lighten up as much as you can. We got Nemesis, who says the power curve ruins everything. The game lives and breathes alone through progression. So if you as a player don't get the feeling of progression, you don't play it or enjoy it. My team is stacked with great cards, too many I can ever play. There's 5 players in the whole Immortals promo I would use in my squad, and they're unpackable if we are honest. Not even TOTS can hype me up. And this is a truth that is kind of like a truth that we don't want to sometimes talk about, is that, yeah, your team can get too good for you to be bored, right? That can happen. And I think that when we say that, we also give EA some room to take more better cards away from us, which I'm always worried that we do that, right? Because if EA want to, they can just start to kind of have what we used to have. And I do genuinely think the system nowadays, it has its benefits, and that is that you can afford a lot of good cards now without spending a lot of money on the game. You just can't afford like the top of the top end, which is annoying and it should not be a thing. But you can at least, like you said, you have too many good cards right now. We have to sit back and be like, hey, do we want that to change, right? Because that is something that, yeah, it can maybe get too boring, but do we want less players? Like, is it objectively a good thing to have less players? I think it actually can be, but that is something that we need to really think about and have discussions about. Do we want to give EA the reins, like, hey, take away our good players? Because like that, and it wouldn't be all of them, of course. You just would have less good players, but that would still be a thing that I would have trouble doing myself. But it's an interesting discussion for sure, and it's something that I think is one of the reasons some people are not having the most fun right now. But hey, if you made it this far in the video, thank you all for joining and being here. I appreciate you all so much. I love you all. So, peace.